person I generate 155 letters, and then the next month I generated 60 letters for the same person. It's not what changes, is how we change the AI, how we get the AI to adapt to whatever we're doing. But it's the same token. The same token never changes. So I want everybody, if we're lost, please put a 3 in the chat if we're still lost. If everybody understands, let's put a 2 in the chat. Let's move on. I got 2 pieces over here. And let me get to pricing for Miss Tara before she chops my head off. I told you, we're going to have fun, guys. We're going to have fun. It's Saturday morning. Let's have some fun. All right, beautiful. So, in this thing over here, I'm not going to do that. No, I got you. So, there is a free community that the whole software does use, everybody in the thing. You click free community. It's the M2 monetization group, and everybody can get in over here right on the homepage. Yo, AR, that thing that they're looking for is right here. The walkthrough is right on the homepage, brother. So all they got to do is log into the software, click on the homepage.
Yeah, I'll be explaining that to them, and then I tell them to check at the bottom because like right there, where ours look a little bit different, but basically at the bottom part where it gives them on the portal side, all the way at the bottom where it just gives them the option to just like look at the dates when the Zoom meetings is, to tell them like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so and right there, like you said, right, yep.
That's
I didn't even see it right there. Okay, I had to zoom in on my phone.
Yeah, I got you. That's what I tell them.
Okay,
that's what I tell them. So again, guys, I'm switching back and forth between my software and Dion's software. So here's Dion's software, here's my software, same exact thing, right on the walkthrough section. Now, here you go. And then if you have a support ticket, always click support ticket. It'll open it up in a new page if you're on your computer, and then just write whatever you need. That's it. All right. Cool things. We're done here. I'm going to show you guys 2 things. There is a full built FAQ section. If you click on the little person up here, you can go to the FAQs and it will pop up a whole thing to read. I think it's up to page 14 that I would suggest you guys to read to if you want. Yes. After page 14, do not read. It's just breaking down the pricing section. I am going to break down the pricing section to you very differently. Hey, Gabe, what up, brother? 2 days in a row. Happy to see you, my man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to get back into it.
I got you, brother. So now, you got reverb, bro. You have the FAQ section over here. Now, for anybody that wants to just generate a letter, that it just wants to get started with no training, the best way to go is just click this get started section. They'll have a couple of things over here to tell you how to get your system going. But I teach you how to pull the credit report over here. So watch that credit report video over here on the right-hand side of the screen to go from there. All right, Miss Tara, this one's for you. Ready? I'm going to break it down for you. If you have any questions, don't feel free to come on mute. Guys, when I break this section down for everybody over here, I'm going to explain it to you in depth. I'm going to get up off my behind right now. Let me get the camera. Stop following me. I'm going to get off my behind. I'm going to explain to everybody how this is done. It's actually easy. It's actually easy to understand this, but this is how I explain it. AR, tell me if you like this. Gabe, I know you're going to like this. Watch this. Every package in this software is meant to be downgraded to one package. We don't start at that package. We start where we proceed to start. But every package is going to be downgraded to the iron package. Okay? You don't start at the iron package. So I'm going to have people in here that say, oh, I bought the $97 package. You are okay today. But I'm going to let you know right now, that is not where you should start. So if you haven't bought anything, this is where you're going to go from here. The $97 package, here's how many people it handles. 0.5. The bronze package handles 1 to 2 people. The silver package handles 2 to 4. The gold package handles 10 people, 15, and 50. Why? Let me quantify the math for Miss Tara over here because she is an accountant, so she needs to understand the quantification of the numbers. It's $97. You are guaranteed to make 2 mistakes. Each mistake costs you $40. If each mistake costs you $40, that is $177 right there. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me if we can compare an apples to apples, which one cost less money in the long run. Wait, I'm not done yet. We still one GA down. Well, let's add another GA or another token to this one, and it's $217. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me which one is cheaper for 4 tokens, 8 tokens, 17, 30, and 100. This token costs $97. This is the downgrade package. This is my favorite package, the silver being the most recommended from the software, but I know people are usually doing themselves and a significant other, which means 1 to 2 people. How many tokens do you get? You get 4. If you're good at the software, can follow directions, and go through the first round without a mistake, you will be left over with 3 tokens. If you make a mistake, and I've watched people make plenty of them in 3 years of being here, at the end of the day, you have a cushion. You have a cushion. And I promise you, I don't say this because guess what? If you buy this package, the token's $36 per token. This one's 28, 17, 13, and 10. So, ladies and gentlemen, numbers are on the board. This is why I tell everybody, your tokens roll over every single month. Stay here for 2 months. After your 2 months, downgrade to the iron package. You got a little bit of a cushion. Because of that cushion, now you can go and use the 1 token because hopefully you're doing it right by then. But if you're not doing it right by then, guess what? You still got some still got some leeway in play. Awesome. Fantastic. Let's move on to the next piece. The next piece is getting the credit report. So how do you get your credit report for everybody that's here? You're going to click the My Free Score Now over here. Now, here's the thing. You cannot go to My Free Score Now and get your credit report because they don't unlock the most aggressive report, which is the Epic Pro report. So for everybody that's here in the room right now, make sure that you go to where it says Get Credit Report in the system, go to My Free Score Now, and get the one from over there because it unlocks that Epic Pro report. And that's it. Reports and scoreboards. When you get your report and scoreboard, you can pull your client's information in, and it'll give you your total counts, closed accounts, delinquencies, derogatory inquiry, public record. Now that we're done with that, ladies and gentlemen, please pull out your notepads, pull out your pens, pull out everything. The next 2 sections are the most important sections in the room, and is where everybody makes the most mistakes. Okay? I'm going to break this down as easy and as simple as possible for everybody in the room. So please make sure that you have your notepad, your pen, and your pad, and be ready because where I'm going to go over right now is going to really open up your eyes on how not to make a mess in the software, because this is where everybody makes a mess in the software. I swear this is where they make a mess in the software all the time. And this is where my company started making its bones over everybody else, is because we were double checking this before anybody else. We came up with the review process to make sure your letters don't go out and hit the document letter. And what is the document letter? It is the letter that comes from the bureau that states that your identification is incorrect, your name, whatever the case may be, and that technically is a stall letter, but it's not. Basically, they don't have to process your letters if nothing is set up correctly. So please take your notations right down over here. We're actually going to go really in depth. I'm going to color coordinate everything. I'm going to make sure everything's perfect, and we'll get everything rocking and rolling. So I'm going to get up out my desk, and we're going to go over here. The way that I do this, I'm going to tell you what is the best option, right? And then I'm going to tell you what is the worst option. Well, not the worst option. What is the secondary options? Then what I'm going to tell you is what is the right information you're supposed to put and where it goes. Do you need said information? Yes, because I can ask a bunch of questions in here right now, and I guarantee you I'll get a bunch of people that answer the way that I want them to. So for one question, right? Just one question right now. How many people's ID matches the current address that they have, that they currently live at? Put a me in the chat if your ID matches perfectly. Four people. 5, 6, 7. So it matches perfectly, right? Put a 2 in the chat if you like me. I'm going to put a big old 2 in the chat. If your ID does not match where you currently live. See? I know there's more people than that. They're just being quiet. Right? And we know that. They're just being quiet. So, why do I do this? I do this because the person that put a 2 and the person that put a me, right? They're both the same person when it comes to the credit repair. But they have your ideology on how you set up the letter has to be set up completely different because you have to do it properly every single time to make sure that it's done correctly and it is proper. So how do we do that? Very simple. Let me grab I just want to scroll up just a little bit. Okay. So watch this. I'm going to go with blue. This box is what your ID is requesting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, gem. Here's what I mean by gem. Here's a gem for all of you. For the people that don't have a matching address to their matching ID to their address, the magical thing you want to use over here is your passport. For the people that match, you still want to use your passport. But if you don't have access to a passport, driver's license, or ID can work in these boxes. Okay, that is what you're going to utilize to write the stuff in these boxes. First name, underscore, or space, middle name, space, suffix. Ladies and gentlemen, utilize your whole name because I guarantee you when you filled out your credit applications, you didn't use your whole name. So let's utilize that whole name so when we're going to fix our personal information, we fix it correctly. Your first name is John, Joe, that's the space, Smith, Jr. Date of birth, 01/01/1990. Does that make sense, guys? Simple and easy as that. Simple and easy as that. Simple and easy as that. You know how many people mess that up? A lot. A lot. Yes, I messed up my name. I don't know how, but a lot of people mess that up. So what happens is that's your first token. If you did that wrong, that's your first generation, you're tokening correctly. Okay. Now you have to fix the whole letter. Ready? Let's go to the next one. Next one's going to be done in orange. The best one, the best document to use over here, Social Security card. The second or the next thing is W-2 or first PG, page of taxes, is the second option. All right. And then you put your Social Security number. Always put the dash, guys. Make it look professional. Okay. Now, the next box, which is green. I always use green because green is for money. Okay. This is where everybody has done at least one thing wrong. I think I got 8,000 clients that have come through my system. I think I've seen at least 75% of people do this wrong at least one time. This is your proof of address, or as we call it in my company, POA, not power of attorney, but POA for proof of address. What do we use here? Very simple. Something that can be not defrauded as easily. First page of your bank statement. Okay. So if you use your first page of your bank statement, nice and easy, that's the best one to use. Ali, they don't have a bank statement, utility bill, car insurance, any of that other stuff. Okay. Simple, easy, good to go. Right? Hold on. I got a chat. I can't see the chat when I'm up on the board. Yes, put your middle name in the first name box. Simple, easy as that. Yep. Cool. Right? Now watch this. Street and number. Watch this. This is the key. I live on 8 North West. No NW. Spell it out. 12th Street. Spell it out. APT. I would say spell it out, but I don't have room. 14B. Guess what? I don't know how to spell word apartment. I will screw that shit up. Now, For everybody that's in the city that has multiple city names, you are going to do this, okay? I live in New York, right? So the city itself, Manhattan, has two names. Manhattan is known to the New Yorkers. New York, New York is known to everybody else. I'm going to ask a question in over here. And let's see what everybody remembers from what I said. Okay. If my ID says Manhattan, but my proof of address says New York, which is the one that we go with? Put it in the chat, guys. Brian and Samantha, good job. Oh, that's why I color coordinate everything. So everybody that's putting ID, is there a light blue circled over city? That's why I color coordinate everything. So to everybody that want to put Manhattan, what color is it supposed to be? There you go. Good job, Tara. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Hence why I said I utilize the verbiage to say if my ID says Manhattan, but my proof of address says New York, what do we use? That's why I don't trust the ID. For everybody that has something, I guarantee you put something else on your ID, you'll look at it. The city's not the same. City's not the same. Brian and Samantha, I said that. Yes, you can use it if you don't have a bank statement. You use a utility bill or a car insurance. Got you. Understand, I color coordinate this purposefully, because you cannot get it wrong if you match the colors. You just can't. The blue is for three object items. So for people that put Manhattan, you got it wrong. The reason that you got it wrong is, I told you guys this in the beginning, you don't know what you don't know, but you didn't follow the boxes. And that's okay. Now you're going to know. When you're done with that ID, throw that shit in the drawer. Don't look at it again. I don't care what my damn ID says. As long as it's here. Okay. As long as it's here, it's going to throw you off. And what happens? That will trigger a document verification letter. That will trigger a document verification letter. All right. Now follow along over here on this piece over here. This is where you're going to upload your documents. Passport, any identification is going to go over here. Social security card is going to go over here. Bank statement or utility bill, whatever you're going to utilize, to go over here. Any other supporting documents that you want to add, maybe you got a police report, you got something that you want to add, you add it in the other ones over here. Okay? You add it in the other ones over here, any supporting documents. Okay? Cool. Once we do that, we click save. When we click save, it's going to bring us back to this screen. I'm going to show you guys what a good system, what a good profile looks like. We follow everything to the whole thing. This is what it looks like. First name, middle name, last name, date of birth, nice, social security number, phone number, address, everything done. And then we scroll down and we go to our ID. So ladies and gentlemen, I did this purposefully. Do you see the ID is from Kansas, but the lady lives in California? I want to make sure that you guys see that everything that's there, right? Everything that's there does not match up, okay? That does not match up because we're working with people that may not have all of it together. So you're going to tell them and go get a new ID? Yeah, you can do that, but it's going to slow down your process of getting somebody signed up. So we're not going to get somebody signed up if we're slowing down the process. So what we're going to do over here, like I said, we're going to go through 1, 2, and 3, right? We're going to have that, but that's what the passport's for. If you have that passport, do you see an address over there instead of, there is no address. Just gives you your name, date of birth, who you are, nationality, and it says where your place of birth is. Thank you. Done. Move on. I have it there for you guys to read. Now, take another note over here. Take a screenshot of this, ladies and gentlemen. Put it ready in the chat when you take a screenshot. This is what your ID should look like. They should be legible. They should have no crap on the back of it. Okay? And what do I mean by crap? No countertops. They should have no dashboards. They should have no jeans, no comforters, no carpeting, no table, no coffee stains, no nothing that can throw the system off. Ray dropped the thing inside of the chat for everybody if you want to download it. Okay? I mean, some people laughing out loud in the chat, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I've seen it all. And guess what happens when they have that? All of a sudden, it gets sent back to you. So make sure it looks like this. So the way that it looks, we crop everything, and it's as simple as taking a white piece of paper, putting it behind a document, and going and taking a picture. Now, remember, this is not a photo shoot for your document. I see people taking it. I saw one person taking it. They were like trying to get the angle correct. No, just right on top, like a scanner, like this, just right on top. Take that picture, okay? And that's it. All right. Almost done, guys. We're gonna literally do the credit report, and then we're gonna go into the 10 rounds of attack. Now, for all my people here that have pulled my free score now, I'm gonna make it nice and easy for you, but I can't log in. Actually, do I have that person's login? I may have that person's login. So I'm gonna delete it out of here so you guys can see it, and I'm gonna do it for you. Ready? Check this out. Just gonna delete it so you guys can see it. Okay, ready? If your screen looks like this and you can see upload my free score now, great. If your screen looks like this and you can't see upload my free score now, there's literally a red line, gray line. You take that and scroll over and you click upload my free score now. So I got both people knocked out. All right. So now I'm going to click upload. Guys, we're literally going to follow the 5 steps. It's this easy. I swear it is this easy. Ready? Click step 1. Oh, shit. Did I send it here? I think I sent it here. I do have it. Okay, copy. Log in. That's step 1. After that, I close this down. I don't need this. I click step 2. After I do step 2, Control A or Command A, copy, paste. In about 30 seconds. Okay, we're good. So once we upload the credit report, it'll go in and it'll save at the bottom and say Epic Pro Report V2. And then you'll see it'll upload. And then if you click the little pencil, it'll process HTML and actually show you the credit report. Okay. And that's it. That's it, guys. As easy as that. Always when you're leaving the system, anything that you do, you click save. Make sure all your data is saved. Double check everything. You're good to rock and roll. Email must be valid. Yeah. I do not have a real email one for this one. Okay. So we're done. We are done. Ready? Who wants to see me generate an attack in less than 30 seconds? Ready? Ray, pull the timer up.
Okay. Now one.
Hold on. Go to the homepage.
Okay.
I'm gonna teach you the AI way, and then I'm gonna teach you some other way. But just understand, I'm gonna teach you 2 ways today, and you can choose which one's the best way for you. Ready? Call it,
1,
Ray.
2, 3, and go.
Send rounds of attack. Click on the attack area. Select your client you just set up. Maximum effectiveness focus. You want me to print your letters for you? You literally, I'm the first one at the top. Put this in, TPMPA, and click generate. You are done.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 8 rounds that go through the system, at least a minimum of 8 rounds, right? That we've seen what people have done. TPMPA is our discount code that we send it to you. It stands for the name of my company, Total Post and Print. It's not really a discount. You get a different pricing structure when you join the class. TPNPA is the name of the company, Total Post and Print. And then A stands for me, Ollie. So it knows it comes from me. So they can't argue with you about your discount code because it's coming right from the boss. Can I do that again? Absolutely. Watch. Ready? Home. Send rounds of attack. Go to the attack area. Select your client that you just did. Maximum efficiency focus. If you want me to print your letters for you, select my team. Write TPMPA and click generate. Done. Don't overthink it, guys. This one's the easy way. This one's the easy way. And I know a lot of you will use this. This is the one where you don't have to read the credit report. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to know what's on that. You just do it and you're done. Unless you're printing out the letters. If you're printing out the letters, it's going to go crazy. Why did I give you this one and not the other one? Yes. But I didn't get there yet. Why did I give you this one and not maximum efficiency focus? Here's what happened. Maximum efficiency focus is not showing deletions and people are getting frustrated. They're getting frustrated that it's not showing deletions, so I am no longer showing it. I'm no longer saying it's the right way to go. And if somebody comes to you, and I wrote this to the other trainer and says, hey, look, that's the way that you go, you can do whatever you want. Stella, what program? Can I do this with your joining your class? Which class? Guys, some questions you guys ask me are too ambiguous. You need to open it up a little bit and get a little more detailed. Please, 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 please. So like I said, with other trainers and everything that we're doing, when we go over here, I try to let them know that we have to do that just to give you guys a better chance at getting deletion so you guys don't get frustrated. So that's where I changed. I switched gears. I used to teach efficiency focus, and now I no longer teach efficiency focus. I use it to effective focus. The gain for me is so that you guys get a better, stronger letter right off the jump, and then we go from there. Does that make sense? That makes sense? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense for everybody. Perfect. All right, ready? I got all my 1s coming. Who prefers being in the control seat? Who prefers being the one that knows what's going on? I want to control everything. I want to control what's going on. I want to be that person that, you know, I want to be the person that has the control. Well, so in software, we call that a power user. So write power user in the chat if you want to be a power user. Oh, look at all these power users popping up. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Look at all these power users coming up. Let's go. Let's change it to power user. So when I want to become a power user, the reason I want to become a power user is I like controlling what is going on. I like to make sure I can control the AI. So when I select the AI over here, I say, okay, look, hey, software, I don't need you to pick the letters for me. I'm going to pick them myself. I click do it yourself and I click generate. Now it opens up the whole system. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to take the chat up to the screen. I'm not going to be able to see anybody over here. I'm not going to be able to see raised hands. I am going to take the chat up. Let's do me a favor. Just keep things where they're at over here, meaning don't go crazy. This is the major part of what we're going to do. Ask questions while we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray, drop the cheat sheet for everybody over here, right? And then I'm going to open it up on my screen. And then when I show everybody everything, we're going to go down. This is going to be crazy.
It's coming.
Right? Cool. So everybody open up that cheat sheet if you're on your computer. Open up that cheat sheet. If you're on your phone, save it. Save it and open it up at another time. But I'm going to show you guys how to use the cheat sheet, and I'm going to show you guys how to go through the system. But what happens is me explaining this to everybody. This is the AI. You can tell I'm not up on the board. These are the attacks. Each attack is a different AI, right? So let me get up now. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, write the most aggressive attack right in the chat, MPEP. The second most aggressive attack, MPEC, which technically the verbiage is just a tad bit different. Just a tad. Not drastic enough for you guys to be able to tell, but for a trained eye, they can tell. So everybody write MPEP, and then after they read MPEP, write MPEC. Got to know what the most aggressive is and what the second most aggressive is. First and second. Thank you. Thank you, Brian and Samantha. Appreciate that. MPEP, MPEC, ladies and gentlemen. Let's write that in the chat. MPEP, MPEC. First and second. Let's understand what the attacks are for. Come on. I'm waiting for you guys. Let's stay engaged. We're at the end. There we go. So now, for purposes of today, I'm going to go with indemnity, which is MPEP. If you have Darius's software, it's Beast, and Schmitty's Go Combo 1. Gabe, what is it in your software? What's your MPEP? Do you know it off your hand? I know mine's Blast Furnace. There we go. There we go. People getting engaged. Let's go. Power. There you go. See? We picked our names purposefully for whatever needs to be. I think, honestly, I'm going to be straight with you, Gabe. I think everybody didn't realize that Schmitty done picked the best names. Go Combo 1, Go Combo 2, Go Combo 3. He literally did it easy. If I would have known, I would change my name to that too. All right, let's go. I'm going to clear this off. I'm going to select indemnity. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to select the attack. Since it's the first attack for a majority of people, we're just going to start with indemnity 1. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on your first attack, 30 days, you're going to go to your next attack. Not next generation. It's the next 30 days. So if you make 8 mistakes, you don't go through all 8 attacks. You just keep going to attack 1. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. I hope you don't make 8 mistakes. Okay, so here, if you are generating a letter, right? And say you send it to my team reviews the letter, and you made a mistake. You made a mistake on the letter. You're like, oh, damn, I made a mistake. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Don't go generate round 2. Don't go generate attack 2. You go back and generate attack 1. If you make 8 mistakes in round 1, you keep generating round 1 until all your mistakes are clear. Then next month, you generate round 2. Every 30 days is a new generation. Okay? Not every time you generate a letter. So now, just to give you an idea, hey, I messed up on this. Instead of going here and selecting indemnity 2, I don't select indemnity 2. I go back and select indemnity 1. As easy and simple as that. Okay, guys, I'm going to make it nice and easy for you. When you are trying to deal with a cost-effective client, what is a cost-effective client? Client that doesn't have liquid funds available. Check all in blue. I don't even read the credit report. I come here, I write 6, default, default, default. This is for people that have challenged funds. If you have challenged funds, this is the most aggressive way to run a credit report. It will spit out 60 to 70 pages per attack, but it will do a good job. Okay, take a screenshot of that, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not reading the credit report here, but I am selecting the most aggressive AI to handle my credit report. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. There we go. All right. Now, see the difference between the power user one is when we selected the most aggressive in the AI one, the AI would pick the letters and do whatever it needs to. Now you just pick the letters. Now, let me ask you a question. How many people know what's actually on their credit? I'm going to answer that for you. 92% of people don't know what's on their credit. About 8% of people do. Okay? About 8% of people know what's on their credit. So what happens is MPEC. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You use MPEC. That's the second most aggressive one. MPEC is the second most aggressive. That's okay. MPEP, if you don't have it, that's not a problem. Like I said, it's just a little bit of a verbiage change. So don't worry about it. Okay? MPEC is going to do the same thing. So now I'm going to break this down for everybody over here. I'm going to show you a little cheat, and then we're going to go through here. Watch. PI, personal identifier. So I'll write that here. This one's public record. PUB, not D, PUB, or PR, any which way you want to turn it. INQ or IQ. Remember, Ray gave you guys the sheet, but if you can't open it, just let you know where we're getting this for. SLCC, MCC, AOCC, SLDL 3 plus, MDL 3 plus, AODL 3 plus, SLDL 3, 1-2. This is 1-2. And this is MDL 1-2. And AODL 1-2. Why did I do this, guys? Why did I do this for you? Because it opens up the understanding. No. Yes, that is 100% true, Gabe. It is not available for MyScore IQ. I don't know for what reasons, but it's not really different than MPEP. But yes. Okay. But there is reasons that we use MyScore IQ, Mr. Gabe. Here we go. Okay. So I broke all this down now. I drew all this up for everybody. The reason I drew all this up is so everybody can understand. When we go into the next part, you have to know how to categorize your letters. You know what category they go into. Everything is color coordinated based upon one of these categories. If you don't see, yes, absolutely. If you don't see one of these abbreviations that I've wrote on the screen up on the screen for you over there, it's not there, which means you have to look for the one that matches. Okay? We did this purposefully, so it makes life nice and easy. Okay? So what I do is nice and simple. Okay? Once I draw this out, you can take a screenshot for yourself, but this is how it works. I come over here. I hit check all in green. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on unlimited and the rest will be default. Why? Because I don't know how many negative items is in the system. All right. I don't know what's there. I didn't read the credit report, but God forbid I make a heinous mess up and hit generate the letter by accident. I'm still going to get the most aggressive attack. I'm still going to get the most aggressive attack. And it's going to generate it. Excuse me. I took a swig of water. It's going to generate it to a way where it's nice and easy. So watch this. I hit next. Now the AI is reading the system for us. Now the AI is going through the system for us. Okay? And once it finishes the system, it says, so green is for most aggressive attack. Blue is for most cost-effective attack. Okay? We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't jump ahead. We didn't even move into the attack thing yet. We got to identify everything before we get there. Don't jump ahead, guys. So now, first and foremost, come in over here, and I usually draw a big arrow that comes here and says, hey, how you doing? This piece over here shows me everything. Now, if everybody's looking at this, this is all the items on your credit report. Software now categorized it for you by color. Okay? Everything that's the same color is the same thing. So let me ask a question. Which in what you're seeing on your screen, which would you assume is the positive item? And why? Why? Hey, at least you're honest. I make it simple, guys. What type of green is that? Looks like what? Money green, right? Green means money. That's it. Nice and easy. I like to associate things with things that we use in the real world. If we don't associate it with things we use in the real world, we're going to forget it. We're going to forget it. But if I associate it with money, every time you put out that dollar out of your pocket, you're going to be like, oh shit, green with money. You're going to remember that. So that's the key. That's the key. That is the key. All right. So now I go up over here and I go to this box that says hide positive items. The reason that I go over here and do that is, watch this. If I click this, yo, where'd all the green go, ladies and gentlemen? All the green's gone. So when all the green's gone, what happens? Now we're focused on the negative items. And every negative item that's there is everything that we focused on. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yes? Perfect. So now we're going to learn how to identify the negative items using our cheat sheet. Ray, can you do me a favor? Send me the cheat sheet on WhatsApp, please.
Sure.
Or send it here. It doesn't make a difference. I don't care. Either or. I'm going to put it up on the screen anyway. I don't know if I'm going to be able
I
to.
just sent it to you. I just sent it to you.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can come up over here. Send it in the chat. It's not coming up on the screen. I just wanted to come up on the screen. Send it in the chat. Watch this, guys. What I'm going to show you is how to go through the negative item. Watch this. When I come over here and I'll scroll down over here, I click 1. Here's our first negative item. So now I'm just going to write this up on the board and then I'm going to get back and I'm going to show everybody what I'm doing. This is actually going to be really good for you guys. Ready? Watch this. Break down. Neg item number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why did I label that? If I'm talking to you guys and I say go to box 2, this is box 2. If I say go to box 1, let's go to box 1. If I say go to box 3, go to box 3. Go to box 4, go to box 4. So it just coincides with what it is, just in order. It doesn't mean anything. But this, guys, is the most important box. You know why? This is the actual type of negative item it is. This is what's wrong. Does that make sense? So on this one, ladies and gentlemen, this one's personal information. So if I ask you what negative item is here, put it in the chat. What negative item is here? Two? PI. Thank you, Miss Richard. Richard, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep calling you Miss Richard, even though I'm like really quickly. Thank you, Miss Richard. PI. Perfect, because we're using the abbreviations. Now we're going quick. But guess what? Let me show you something that'll make your life easier. So what I do is I half my screen. Come over here to the top. Let's go over here. I half my screen. Come over here. I do this. Then it's up from yesterday. Let's close that out. Watch this. I'm going to open it back up just so you guys can see it fresh. I'm going to click edit and markup. Right? And now I'm going to put it in red. So if number 1 was PI, right? And box 2 was PI, I just come over here. I'm going to attack PI because it's there, right? That's simple. That's literally what we created the cheat sheet for. So you can attack it nice and easily. Now let's go back to the software. Let's go over here. What's number 2? Can anybody tell me what number 2 is? I'm going to zoom out a little bit, guys. Just a little. Let's see if that works. So we can see it. Can anybody tell me what number 2 is? IQ. I'll come over here. And I put IQ. Or INQ. Is this easy? Am I showing this to you guys, making it nice and easy for everybody here? Now I go to number 3. What's number 3? Perfect. Well, guess what? We got a check for IQ already over there, so it's there. Let's go to number 4. I'm going to say it until somebody says it. Come on, what's number 4? Miss Armstrong. Come on. You got to let them get it, Miss Armstrong. You've been here before. You understand what it is, but I got you, girl. Good job. Are you driving a BMW? You know, they all have the same lights on the top. You know that, right? That you turn around and ask me, how the hell did I figure out? I'm like, hold on, wait, that looks like my wife's car. Brown colorless IQ, yes. So now we're done with IQ. We don't even need to say any longer in IQ. We go over here to 41. Well, what's 41, guys? What's 41? And why is it a different color? INQ, yes. Why is it a different color? Does somebody see something different on the screen that will cause it to be a different color? Oh, shit, my camera was following me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Does anybody see something different? I'll show you where it's different. It's right here. It says best inquiry. What's a best inquiry? It means it's attached to an account. And if it's attached or related to an account in any which way, shape, and form, what is that? That, for us, is jet fuel. We don't touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. We don't touch it. Why? There's a whole science behind how to remove an inquiry attached to an account. But here's the thing. You're in a basic class, and I'm not explaining the science. What I'm going to tell you in a basic class is leave it the heck alone. Because if you get that account removed, I don't care if it's your account or somebody else's account, it causes a nightmare and a headache. So instead of causing a nightmare and a headache, here's what I do. I'll scroll down to the bottom and I click remove this content. That's it. It's gone. Now we go back to a bad inquiry. See, it says bad inquiry over there. How do we get to the science class? I told everybody how to get to the science class. It's easy. You pay for printing, you get access to Friday's class. That's where the science comes in. Now, same thing with 42. If we go back over here, 42, it's right here. Click 42, and it's right here. Same thing, best inquiry, scroll down and remove it. Because here's the thing behind it. I'm gonna not go too crazy with the science, but here's the thing behind it, guys. When it gets removed, they send an issue back to the creditor and say this is now considered fraud. Now they look at your file and they say, okay, this was now considered fraud or whatever documentation that it's put on there. Now, okay, they did not request this inquiry. Because they did not request this inquiry, this account is now fraud. Because this account is now fraud, now they close the account down. That's it. So what happens is now you have to reopen the account. Hey, baby girl, you have to reopen up the account because they did it that way. All right. So that's the science. That is the reason why we don't want to remove a best inquiry. Just leave it. Okay. So let's go to 87. What's 87, guys? What? Figures, right? No problem. You're welcome. AOCC. Yes. Just come over to the thing. No, that's not AOCC. AODL 1-2. Follow the thing, guys. AODL lates, or you match it up over here. All other delinquency lates 1-2. Always put the 1-2, guys. Always put the 1-2 because 1-2 means what? It's 1 to 2 late payments. So because it's 1 to 2 late payments, you want to put that one there because that's what we're going to be checking. So here, check mark, done. Right? Let's go to the next one. Let's go to 88. What's 88? Hi, cute girl. Hi, my little girl. I'm just literally putting it on the other screen. Can everybody see the other screen? I mean, I am sharing my whole screen. SLDL 3+. Perfect. SLDL 3+. That exists. Perfect. Okay. Right. Now, I go to 89. This is the trick question, and this is why we created the cheat sheet for everybody over here. This is the trick question. What on 89, what is the negative item? So what would you put in the chat? What is the negative item? Okay. Now, Brian, what did I say at the beginning? If it doesn't exist on the cheat sheet, you got to find it. So find CO on the cheat sheet. Bingo. Yo, I know AOCC comes out the soccer, so it's okay. You just keep going. I know what it is. Bingo. Everybody found it on the cheat sheet. There you go. Why have the cheat sheet up? So now we got AOCC. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we understand how to rock the system and how to check everything off, do we see a color that we have not gone over already that is not checked off? Which one did you say? My wife is now walking in front of me, ladies and gentlemen. My wife is getting antsy and she's wet. Daddy, it's time to finish up. Come upstairs. Gold, great. Or orange, either or. Right here, 96. Good job. Yes, we ignore the blinking ones because I don't teach you how to do creditor letters to send it out to the creditors because a majority of their addresses are incorrect. So we ignore them because if we click them, and as soon as I make the screen bigger in a second, I'll show you what it is. 96 is what, ladies and gentlemen? And do we have it on our sheet? I should like this. I should have been doing this like this a long time ago. SLDL 3 plus. And do we have it on the sheet? Bingo. So it's done. So now all we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here. We're going to look at the documents, make sure our documents are uploaded. I'll give you a cheat sheet and say, now I'll give you another gem over here. Put your first name, last name, if you're doing it on the computer, and ID. Okay. I tell this, it's not a joke. It's the truth. When we first started printing all the way in the beginning, okay, all the way in the beginning, all the way, somebody sent us their Johnson by accident because they uploaded an image incorrectly. Okay. We never printed it out because I saw that we had to go back and go fix it. And that's the way that we fixed it. So now just put your first name, last name when you're renaming your documents, first name, last name, ID, so you know who it matches up to, the client that it matches to, and you get to rock and roll. So now, once that's done, I scroll up over here and I'm going to look, and there's going to be a spot over here that says top. I'm going to scroll to the top. Now, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so it fits the screen. And on the top, we want to go to client information, and we want to double check everything. First name, last name, middle name over here. First name, middle name, last name. Address, double check, date of birth, social security number. Everything looks good. Two different softwares. Okay. I don't know what the person's tracking number is, so we can't go down that way. So we got general, and we're done. Now we're going to go back and reset the system. And we're going to go back to we're going to reset the system again. I'm going to show this. We're going to go back to the AI. We're going to pick the AI that we're going to use. Whatever AI, MPEP or MPEC, doesn't make a difference. Okay? I'm going to select that. And I'm going to select the attack number that we're in. Once we do that, I already have everything here, so I'm just going to follow it. PI, inquiries, all of the charge-off collections, SLDL, and that. I'm literally going to go here and do this, right? Ready? PI, inquiries, all of the charge-off and collections, student 3 plus, all of the delinquencies. Please tell me somebody that was difficult. Please tell me I made that difficult for you. I made it very difficult, right? Very simple. Very, 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 very simple. Because all you have to do is know what you're looking for. Okay? You got to know what you're looking for. Once you know what you're looking for, you put it on the sheet. Once the sheet is there, you just use the sheet over again. Now, what I would do is save this sheet as the person's name, and you can just come back to the sheet every single time. Now watch this. I did this. Do me a favor. Ray, if you ask Ray nicely, Ray will drop it again. I don't know where Ray is. Do me a favor, guys. How many green check boxes are selected right now with a green check inside of them or a white check inside of them? 5. How many credit bureaus are there? Data furnishers are there? 5 times 3 is what, ladies and gentlemen? 15. Default. Next. Include all 3 bureaus and generate the letter. I'm done. I am done. So now I have now finished, generated the letters for you guys, and now we are completed. Now, I don't need to generate this letter because I've generated this letter like 18,000 times. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So now after we generate the letter, if we ever want to go back to the letter, we can always click on the name of the person. and we can see whatever letters we've generated for them. As you can see, all the numbers are different in every which way, shape, and form. Okay, I just generated a letter 4 days ago, which was on the other class. Let me let you look at the letter. I'm going to download the letter again, and this is what the letter looks like. Show you just the collections, and here's what one of your letters looks like. And this is, remember when I was talking about I don't control how many pages come out? It generates whatever it wants on pages. So this is the key to understand that this could generate whatever it wants to do whatever it wants.